went live, I think.
Enter your 6-digit PIN number.
No? Not gonna let me work? Come on.
That was an invalid PIN for the Geocaching podcast. Please re-enter your 6-digit PIN. If you think you have reached the wrong show, hang up and try again. Welcome, host. You have not started a show session in Collins Studio and cannot.
Goodness, there you go.
Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the Collins Studio web interface.
There we go.
Show recording is on.
Recording's on, Chad.
So do these shirts run small or big?
No, they run normal.
Okay.
They run. Which is why I like that store better. I've ordered from that store. It's better. They run okay. Yeah, I think they do anyway. Don't you like that Deckable one? Is that nice? I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Those are so much fun. I'm trying to find the Tauntaun one. I think there was a drawing on the back of the Tauntaun one as well. I think if memory serves correctly. It's been a while since I've seen those boxes. But if I remember correctly. All right, where'd Jesse go? Jesse. All right. Welcome, everybody. It's Cash or Coffee tonight. So we got a lot to talk about. A lot of things to get tonight. Chad's oogling the new store that's not live yet, but he's got a sneak peek. Also, one of our you see the second one, Chad? The second shirt, the season one. And Curiosity Girl shoot me email. Hey, can you make this shirt for me? Any possibility? I'm like, you know what? You're lucky I'm unemployed. So yeah, I have a second to it. So it didn't take me very long. So I put it in there. I was saying, like that's why I know one's already been bought because she went and she bought it. I showed her. She saw the store. So it's getting there, guys. New store coming with a bunch of new shirts in there. I just went crazy on shirts. Not all geocaching shirts, mostly just my nostalgia, but I enjoyed it. We actually stumped Chad, guys, on one of the shirts. It was funny. He didn't understand one of the shirts. I actually stumped him. All right,
Yep.
Let's get this show going here. Hold on, let me get my show notes here. I always love when I have to explain my shirts. All right, that's always nice. Guys, you want to give us a call? Give us a call on 808-468-7924, 808 got swag. And all right, Chad, you ready?
I'm ready.
Jess, ready to go? You're on mute, I think, or you're not talking.
That's the phrase of the year. You're on mute.
I
was watching a professional webinar today, and the panelists were telling each other you're on mute.
You're on mute. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. That was the closing music. I apologize for that. Again, here in 3, 2, 1.
You want to know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday. It is 8:30, which means that it is once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks. We have short and manning the phones, and please welcome to my virtual left, my co-host, Jazz 427.
Howdy, y'all. It's that time again. Grab your coffee and get ready.
That's right, Chad. Tonight's episode 641, recorded live on November 18th, 2020, is the November Cache or Coffee, Chad. Phone lines are open. Give us a call, 808-468-7924. That is 808-GOT-SWAG. And for you international callers, you can call us free via the web at collinstudio.com/show/GCPC. But Chad, we got to talk about Patreon. I just redid our Patreon, Chad. I just have you know. I I added a new tier, Chad.
You did.
I did. I'm gonna talk about it later tonight. But yeah, I added a new tier and I updated all the tiers so they're easy to read. They're bullet marked, so they're really easy to read now. Yeah, I updated it. I mean, all the tiers obviously stayed the same, but I just made them a lot easier to read. I figured if I was going in there making a new tier, I might as well do a little cleanup. I haven't cleaned house there in 2 years, so yeah, there you go. So I cleaned house there. So guys, it costs a lot of money to make this shit podcast work. We really appreciate it. You could use your help. There's two ways to do that. You got help us with PayPal. That's PayPal.me/the Geocaching Podcast. You go there and you can make a one-time donation, whether it's 50 or $5, and I'll go straight to bills. We'd appreciate it very much. Or you can become a Patreon of this show. What is Patreon, Chad? What is Patreon, rather? What is Patreon, Chad?
It gives us money for us giving you stuff.
That's right. We give you extra audio, extra video, only available to our Patreon members. You get help in our stores. You get help. You get Patreon only shows. Which we got a Patreon only show coming up. I got to cut a date for it for the big patron giveaway, Chad. We're gonna clean out the prize closet and give all our 2020 stuff away because, yuck. I want to get away from this year and just bleh. Purge, Chad. Purge 2020.
Purge.
Yes, Purge 2020. Where are you?
Hey, I like that. That sounds like a new shirt to me.
Purge 2020. Purge 2020. So yeah, guys. So my 2020 sucks shirt's almost outdated, Chad. What are we gonna check?
Almost.
2020 sucked, or should I go Purge 2020? Or I don't know what to do with that shirt. Should I leave it in there and just for nostalgia's sake?
So when you say Purge 2020, I'm thinking The Purge.
No, we're not going to murder people, Chad. We're not going to do that. No, we're not going to murder people. No. Butterfly Girl says we need more V-necked items in the store. V-necked? Really? I can add V-neck probably. I'm going to go to the new store. We got a new store.
Are the ladies V-necked? Or are they?
Ladies V-necked. I don't think. Are ladies V-necked? I don't know if they have ladies V-necked. I'll have to check and see.
I don't know.
I would imagine.
I'll check Butterfly Girl and I will add V-necked to the. Usually I try and keep it basically simple with the t-shirts, but if women are calling for V-necks, I don't know, Jess, do you wear V-necks on your t-shirts?
I used to. I typically don't anymore.
Oh, she says there's one, I think. Yeah, I'm talking about the new store because we're changing stores soon. New store is done, just waiting on to hear from them about some coupons and stuff like that for patrons and let's see how that works with that. But
I was busy
what
ordering a Dagobah action playset and a Millennium Falcon play.
You bought plus now you have
spaceship.
all the shirts, Chad. You already have the Jabba the Hutt one.
Yep.
Oh, look at you.
So I got the Dagobah one in
You
the
got the whole
vintage
set.
vintage green.
Did you? Nice. Yeah. That's in the new store, guys. Yeah. I'm having so much fun like making those old. I don't know how many of you guys are Gen Xers, but like when we were kids, the Star Wars figures, the boxes they came in, it was the picture of the toy, like a Tauntaun or whatever. And on the back of the box, there was a drawing of what you saw on the front of the box. And I always thought those drawings were fascinating because why a drawing? What's the point of that? Even as a kid, I didn't get it. And so I've learned to love those drawings, and now I find them and I put them on T-shirts. Like I have a couple up in our store now. I just did another one. It's the Dagobah playset. So that's coming in the new store, though. I have a whole bunch of stuff in the new store, a whole bunch of new shirts that are not in the current store. So that's coming up very soon. And I can talk about it because it's a cash or coffee. So anyway, yeah. So Patreon, guys, you want to come on Patreon? I'd really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. It really helps the show when you do. It helps pay for this show because this show is not cheap. So anything you could do to help, we really appreciate it. You can become a patron at patreon.com. That's patreon.com/the Geocaching Podcast. Oh no.
Promotional consideration. There we go.
There we go. Sorry.
All right. Tonight's show is brought to you by Cachly. Cachly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at Cachly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
And tonight we're also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of the fantastic logbook, made with genuine Rent in the Rain paper. The logbook designed for the micro containers of the present and future, geared towards a hider who would rather go cash than do cash maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's logwerk.com.
It's also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. With 6 issues a year, FTF offers practical advice, instant tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com.
And by the Max Suds Body Company. Max Suds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Begone soap, itch spray, and 2-cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Max Suds Body, we have you covered from head to toe. Find them at maxsudsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And by Practical Geocaching. Like everyone else, we've watched COVID spike to higher levels. As a service, we're extending our free pusher tool offer to the end of the year. All orders of $25 or more, pre-tax, will get a free pusher tool. And we'd like to remind people that geocaching supplies make great gifts and stocking stuffers. So buy them now to have them for the holiday season. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's PRACTICAL geocaching.com.
And by Art Ed Crafted. Art Ed Crafted creates unique geocaching themed tees and custom designs for you or your geocaching group. With adult sizes ranging from small to 5XL. If you have an idea for a shirt design and you cannot find it, then you've come to the right place. Please give us the opportunity to show you how we can enhance your caching experience with your own custom design. Visit them at artedcrafted.com. That's ARTEDCRAFTED.com.
And finally, by pattags.com for all your swag and pattag needs. Visit our website to get creative help, to trade or log tags, or to purchase your own personalized pattags. With over 41,000 tags to collect, pattags.com is everything you need to start your pattag obsession. Visit them at pattags.com. That's PATHTAGS.com.
And Chad, you can find links to all our sponsors on our website or
in our show notes.
in our show notes. Jess.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
You're a little bit grainy.
I am?
Yeah. Chad, is she
Yeah.
grainy to you?
A little, yeah.
Yeah, you're grainy. No, I think it's like you got a bad connection.
Hmm.
You might need to restart your computer before shows.
Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've restarted my computer. And I only have about 72 tabs open right now.
72
all?
tabs? She's one of those people, Chad.
Oh,
Like-
constantly.
Yeah, she's one of those.
I actually have 3 monitors at work because I have so much happening at one time. I only have 2 at home. I go easy.
I've got 3 at home.
Yeah, see,
232-inch and then the laptop.
You're grainy. And she's the prettiest one. She looks. She's the only thing good to look at over here. And
Sorry.
we got an email, guys.
I got mail! Yay!
Always good
I
to get
got
email,
mail!
Chad.
Yay!
It's hi, Scott, Chad, and Jesse. Actually, Jesse and Chad. Chad, you're last, actually. It's from Curiosity Girl. Wow. I just finished listening to the Stupidest Thing One Up Me episode. I had a similar experience to Jesse's. My Geomobile was barely 2 weeks old when I accidentally went off-roading up a bluff because Google Maps said it was a road. I learned that my Kia Rio hatchback may be small, but is also fierce. So, yeah, see, you're not the only one. Just Google Maps. Just because Google Maps says it's a road, guys.
But I would never follow my GPS directions, to drive off a cliff because it tells me to go that way.
Well,
But
there are people in England that were driving off this one bridge almost monthly because Google was telling them to take this
that route,
even though it said it had warning signs, bridge out, and people still.
Yeah, Google tells me to go that way. I have to go that way.
Exactly.
All right. A lot of tabs. This sign of superior intellect.
Thank
She'll
you.
run with that. She'll take that. She'll run with that.
Sure.
All right, so let's get into the show here. You guys want to give us a call? We can talk about whatever you want. 808-468-7924. 808 got swag. Chad, so we talked about this on Saturday Night Show.
Mm-hmm.
But the Happy Holidays mission is live, Chad.
Yes, it is.
So, guys, if you can hear me, I'm going to put this in the show notes here. It's in the show notes, but I'm also putting it into the I guess the comments section. There we go. Um, but if you are at work or wherever and you cannot obviously look at what people are saying, you can go to our show notes on our website for this show, and you can go into the Happy Holidays mission. There's a link there, guys. Everybody should be doing this. This is a no-brainer here. So let's. They got a bunch of already submissions. Let's add more. Let's have them the biggest one they've ever done. Basically, what it is, guys, in a nutshell, is we were on last week. They know what it is. We talked about it last week, right? Wasn't it last week though? She was on, or was it 2 weeks ago? I
It
can't
was
remember.
2 weeks
it
ago.
was 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago,
because we're about 2 weeks
Okay.
out from this going live.
So yes, basically what you do is you put your you follow the directions in the forum, and you get a geocoin and a Christmas card, and you send it to somebody, and somebody sends one to you. You can do as many as you want, but it's a nice little thing to do. I signed up for it. Chad, did you sign up for it?
I signed up for it.
Jesse, did you sign up for it?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
don't see
procrastinator.
Jesse on there.
So yeah, guys. So everybody should be doing this. Again, let's here. I even put it up there. Boom, there it is. Actually use that one. There we go. So that's not it. Come on, there it is. So yeah, guys, if everyone could do this, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, it's like a Secret Santa for geocoins. Can't go wrong. It's a no-brainer. Come on, guys, it's easy. Cost you like $20 for a coin. You might even have one lying around. So no-brainer, guys. Happy Holidays mission. Everybody should be doing it. We're doing it. I'm doing it. Chad's doing it. Jessie claims she's gonna be doing it, but you may even get me or Chad as your secret.
That would be
Santa.
really funny
Exactly.
if we all
Yeah.
three got each other.
No, I'm talking about listener might get one of us.
Oh, I thought you meant I have to do it
I
because
got
I might
you.
get one of
Yeah.
you two.
Oh, that's terrible. I got you.
That's always a possibility too.
That'd be kind of funny.
So
That'd be kinda cool.
my stuff is purchased, and I'm ready to go.
Our stuff we're taking straight from the. We're taking it straight from the. Jeff,
I don't know. It's going to be a surprise. I don't know where we're taking it from yet.
Oh.
I'm not telling what I sent, but I've already. That's like after that show, I went out and ordered it, and it came in.
You've already gotten the coin you've ordered.
I'm sending 2 things, so.
Oh,
But
you did.
yes.
You did 2.
Yes.
You're
Well, one
A lucky person.
I'm not sure if it's counted as a geocoin or a trackable. I think it's counted as a geocoin,
Mhm.
and one is a geocoin, and I probably wind up sticking in a cute pat tag that I haven't activated as well. So
You're just giving
someone's getting some nice stuff.
Look at you giving things away. Look at you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll throw a geocaching podcast path tag in mine as well. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll be tossing in my personal pat tag as well.
Oh, and my personal path tag. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. No, not my personal. Just geocaching podcast. Chad, what do you got?
Don't be stingy.
Right?
Put your personal one in there.
Well, his says I met Scott
I
Burks.
met Scott Burks. You have to meet me to get mine.
Oh, you need another one.
To just give
I listened.
Well, you know what?
I heard Scott Burks.
I didn't think this world would become a place where like I wasn't going to meet anybody this year. You know,
Right,
I didn't think.
right.
I thought I'd
That's
be going to
true.
5 freaking things this year. Going to 5.
Yeah.
I thought I'd have to reorder more. Jesse bought 2020.
I have a ton. I was just going to say I have a ton.
Jesse bought like, did you buy 100?
Yeah.
She's giving away.
Yeah,
like
here I
3.
bought 100 of these
Jesse, we can't-
2020s.
you
They
got,
say
like-
2020 on them.
Jess, we can't see
Mhm.
anything.
You can't see that?
No, you're all
I,
grainy.
I can see a grainy Shorty Knits character.
All right,
I know
I'm-
it's Shorty Knits
I look fine.
because I know that character.
You
I
look
look
fine.
fine to myself. Let me go out and come back in.
Go out and come back in.
All right,
So
bye.
yeah, so Jesse ordered like 20, like 100 of these 2020s because she's like, you know what, we're going to 5 different things this year. We have 5 vacations planned. You know, like
Right.
she's like,
Right.
I'm like, you sure you want to put? Yeah, I'm like, you sure you want to put the? You sure you want to put your the year on?
The year, right?
You're gonna, if you don't get rid of them, now you still got 2020. She's like, yeah, I'm done. Totally give them away. I'm gonna hand everything out. Yeah. There you go. You're a little better.
That's
Better?
better.
A little better. So she thought for sure she'd hand them all out, and she's giving away like 3. I found the front porch cache, but I did not meet Scott Burke's path tag. He didn't meet me. I wasn't home. Where were we at baseball? Where were we when all
I think we were at baseball.
Baseball. Yeah.
Hey man, sometimes baseball gets in the way. You gotta learn to stalk me and then know where I am.
I think that was the same day that the GBs and
Right, yeah.
maybe one other hit you.
Horrible. All these people came to our house, and we were had a crap ton of baseball games. Yeah. All right. So, Chad, what do you got? Talk to me. Sorry.
Okay, I already put the link in the cache notes, but the best of the GIF videos is up. So it's an hour and 50 minutes of GIF bliss from the past 7 years of the Geocaching International Film Festivals.
So almost 2 hours, really. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't sat down and watched it yet, but they posted it yesterday apparently. So I will get around and watch them and I will do my personal rating of them as well. I don't know about they're doing a rating system this year or not, but for the best of the past 7 years. But I'll do my personal rating.
Your personal rating?
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So yeah, Jess, are we gonna watch the GIF videos?
Sure.
Yeah. Are you interested?
Sure.
Sure. Is it YouTube, Chad?
Huh?
Is it YouTube?
Yeah, it's a YouTube video. So, but I the link to the blog that has it if you click on that, it will also link to the YouTube video itself. So,
Is that dog?
or pardon me, the
dog
YouTube
barking?
video will be embedded.
Oh,
I'm not sure why she's barking.
is that our dog barking?
Let's see here.
Yes.
Ooh, now it says this video is unavailable. The video is restricted.
Oh no.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they got a strike.
Wait, no, I got it on YouTube.
Okay,
Maybe you got a strike, Chad.
maybe
mine's
they're not
playing.
letting me see it.
Who was it? Was it Craig See My Shell who got blocked on TikTok for doing illegal activity because somebody reported him when he was geocaching? What was that? I don't know. Now I have to find out.
I don't know.
I gotta find that.
So Chad,
Mm-hmm.
I got sad news for you, by the way.
Sad news.
Sad news. We all know practical geocaching. We know and love practical geocaching. A sponsor of this show, literally since we came back, since for years, has been a sponsor of this show. Sponsors every single one of our One Up Me's since it's started. Since it's we've done like 11 of them. He sponsored them all. Gives everybody a prize. Gives great prizes. Awesome Jim. He's amazing. Awesome guy. I don't see him in the chat room tonight. Awesome guy. He's always in the chat room talking. So Jim tested positive for COVID-19, Chad.
Oh no.
Yeah, his wife Beth, she's okay, but Jim tested positive, and he's surprised because he's taking really good care. He tried really hard to take care of himself. So he wanted me to let the people know. He says our local health department informed us that we could continue shipping the practical geocaching stuff by using masks and gloves, and he says which we've been doing already for months for receiving, shipping, and manufacturing anyway, because they want to be really safe through the quarantine. Which for his self-quarantine, which will end on November 23rd. So he could keep doing stuff. He could keep
Right.
So he doesn't feel comfortable with that, though. He's like, you know what? He told me I don't want to risk anybody's health, even if I don't want to take any chances. So what they're doing, they're going on a voluntary hiatus until November 23rd when his quarantine ends. So they just want to thank everybody he wanted to thank everybody for the patience, just in case you've ordered anything. You're not going to get anything till after the 23rd. So when he can start doing it again. So they're not shipping anything before the 23rd.
You need mask and gloves and use the pusher tool to push it into there.
And he still won't do it. Still refuses to do it.
No, I understand that and appreciate it. So
yeah, so that's sad. I feel bad for him. So everybody, if you're going to go order from Practical Geocaching, if you can order from Practical Geocaching, and just you have to wait a little bit, but actually it's already the 18th. It's only another 5 days. So order from Port Jim. He's got
Here's a first.
Oh no, Chad's the only one clear now. I'm fuzzy too. Jesse, am I fuzzy on you?
You came back to clear, but you were fuzzy a minute
You were.
ago.
Oh man, that's Chad. What is Cam doing on the internet?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I bet you our son's on the internet. See, poor Jim. Jim, hope you feel better, buddy.
Yep.
Awesome guy. We appreciate it. So, guys, order from Practical Geocaching for for Jim. So it's support the sponsors and order from all our sponsors. But I feel bad for Jim. Chad,
Sorry, you cut out.
you got anything else?
Oh, yes, I do. So I got two more things. So I'll skip down to another easy one. The DT grid in your profile statistics is now searchable. So if you go to your profile statistics and you look at the DT grid, each one of the DT grids has a link there that will show the geocaches that were that DT rating. Uh, so that's kind of cool if you want to go back and go down memory lane and revisit all the 5.5s, or hey, what was that one single 1.5, 4.5 that you got?
Right. Yeah, Jesse was telling me about that. Jesse casually mentioned it to me, saying, "Hey, you can search from DT now." I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting." I don't know if I would ever search from unless I'm looking for a particular DT. Would that really be the only time you'd ever search for DT?
Well, you could be, for example, you're filling out a challenge thing, and you need to say in the challenges specifically, you need caches from this DT block. There's some like that.
Mm. Jess, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I could see how it could be useful for some people.
I think it's a nice to have.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a critical to have by any means, but a nice to have. I think the one of the generators when I used to generate my profile page instead of just using Project GC, which is what I do now, would actually have a generate that for me. So it would have the link on there, but now it's nice to have it in just in the plain statistics page.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even need to use Project GC anymore, right?
Well, for this particular case, you wouldn't need to use Project GC. So I'm not sure. I can't recall if Project GC's dash. I don't want to call it dashboard, but the profile showed had that or not. I got to go into my personal profile here.
If Project GC's got it.
Yeah, Project GC. Project GC doesn't appear to have that. It was another generator that I was using before I switched over to Project GC that had that.
All right, Jesse, what about you? What you got on this cache coffee night?
So we had a comment on one of our social media posts saying, here was what the comment said: "I'd like to hear discussion on refreshing the game board. If hiders have some not so special LPCs or guardrail caches that have been out for 2 or 3 years, maybe it's time to archive those and put out some fresh / more creative hides. Give your local cachers some new stuff to find." So what are your thoughts?
I'm all for it. The only thing is, I've heard this multiple times over the years. I'm for doing it, and I know that I have taken out all my, I don't want to call them crap caches, but the caches that were like, I've taken them out of service. So just so that I free up the game board, and I know there are a bunch of them out there where you go, it's like, another LPC at the back end of a business. Don't really need it. And it could, you might have a park right on the other side of that where you could put in a good cache.
Mhm.
I'm for encouraging people archiving caches where, especially ones where new cachers have put them out, they're filling things out, and they didn't quite hit the mark. And going back and say, hey, maybe I should pull these out of service and put new caches out.
Mhm. Yeah. Usually if I have a bad cache and it's been out for a while, I will just let it go. I will, and it goes missing. I won't. I've actually funny. I've tried to refresh a cache. I refreshed a cache that was 10 years old. Do you know
Mhm.
what I'm talking about, Jen?
I do. Be careful before you archive.
Right. I tried to archive. I archived a cache, um, and just was going to replace it with a
With
new
the
game.
intention of refreshing the game board, right? Like that was what you were.
Really, that was my intention. Yes,
Right.
refresh the game boy. And guess what, Chad? Where it
So,
was,
someone,
nope. Where it was is no longer legal.
ooh,
I was grandfathered in with the old cache. I had it in a park under. It was a uh, it was a key holder under an apparatus in the park.
okay,
And when I
Like on the playground equipment.
on the playground equipment, on the equipment under the equipment, it
ah,
was
You had
such
to
a
like
great
crawl
hide.
on your either like army crawl or slide in on your
Right.
back to
It
get
was
to
right.
such
it.
a great. It was such a great hide too. It's still there. I haven't even gotten it yet. I gotta go. I gotta go tell my son to go get it. Um,
Those caches on playgrounds have made me the most nervous.
oh, they're creepy as
It's
hell
like
after, yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
who's this old fart who's crawling around the playground equipment?
So
Yeah.
I hit it, Chad. I probably hit it in 2010, I would say,
Mhm.
and I archived it this year, early this year, maybe late last year. If I'm thinking early this year, but it was it had been found a couple hundred times. No one's searching for it,
Right.
and so I'm like, I'm just gonna kill it and refresh it, and yeah, and my reviewer was like, nope, you can't do that anymore. It's got to be 120 feet from a playground now.
Wow.
Changed. So yeah, like, oh well, if I knew that, I wouldn't have done that.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So it's not very nice. So
And I've hidden a couple that were like they weren't in the playground, but like next to the playground. So
like recently or a while ago.
these were probably
Oh
2011,
yeah. I mean that one I hid long.
2012.
Yeah. So, but I'm all for that. Yeah, I like to, and Jesse and I were talking about this thing over dinner tonight, and there's the old, I think we've had this discussion before where it's Chet is okay. How old is too old now? How old is too old where it gets to the point where you can't get rid of it? Where is that? Where is that? That cutoff?
I
Is it
would definitely
2005,
say, in
2004?
yeah, that is a question. It's like definitely don't get rid of any 2020s or 2021s,
No, I'm
but
saying, but how
but
far back? It gets to a
or
point
not 2020s. 2001 to
2000.
2000.
Where's that magic number, Chad? Where's the magic?
Right. The question is, have we got to a point where we enough 2002s and maybe 2003s have been weeded out that it's making it really difficult to get those?
2005 is 15 years ago, Chad.
It
I have
is.
I have
It
a
is, but
12 year
there were also a lot more hiders and stuff in 2005 than there were in 2000 and 2001.
I have a cache, Chad, that I put out in 2008. How many
Mhm.
2008 caches do you think are still left in this country?
Probably
From
not. Probably not that many, but significantly more than 2000s and 2001s.
Oh, of course, yes.
Right. The question is where's that breaking point? And I would say that if it's in the mid to early 2000s,
Mhm.
I would be less
It's-
apt to retire them.
Yes. I mean, we have caches in our area that get Cody would be thrilled because they're community maintenance just because people don't want it archived because it's such an old cache, But
And,
it's a
and,
horrible spot. That being
and
said,
the-
it's a horrible spot.
and then when a newbie comes by and says, DNF, please archive. You're like, smack.
No.
No, don't.
Remember just that happened with us at in St. Louis? Do you remember that?
In St. Louis.
So Chad, we're in St. Louis. Okay, we're at Geo Woodstock. Geo Woodstock had two camera caches. What are they called?
Oh yeah, the webcams.
Webcams. Some newbie put "Cam's not working, needs archived" onto the webcam,
No.
and the reviewer had to archive it because the person doing it was no longer active. So he had like his 30 days, and then he was out. And it got archived right before St. Louis. So everybody in St. Louis was pissed. Like
Yeah.
the whole mega was pissed because it's a it's a webcam for Christ.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta love that. You gotta appreciate it because I'll never forget that because people were just steaming walking around that place.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but here's the question. Here's my question.
Okay.
If you went and did like a whole series of caches, like maybe a power trail, and that power trail stays there for a few years, and then they all get archived, and a new power trail in the identical place gets put out again as new caches,
We've seen that.
in quotes, right? Would you go do it again?
Of course.
Oh yeah. I would definitely do it again.
That's up to the owner. I could archive and put a new one out every week. I mean, same spot. What's the difference?
No, just asking.
And it's just like spots where I've gone back and found caches multiple times. It's a new cache,
Right.
Yeah, and it's usually a bad spot too.
It's a terrible spot, and it's always a new cacher who's like, "Oh, this spot is brilliant," and it turns out it's like the tree next to the little league field where all the players go pee.
Right.
Right? I mean,
Remember that one,
how many times have we gone to that particular tree and reached in with gloves?
One of the caches was literally called the pea tree. That was the name of the cache. that was the tree that all little leaguers peed on. So he put a cache.
And you make sure you go out early in the cache's life to get it because,
Yes.
so that you get that smiley. Otherwise, it's going to be gone.
That's right.
Yes, it's I mean I've been caching long enough where I've gone to a spot 4 or 5 times already. It's the same
Right.
spot. I mean, Jesse and I went to a bridge a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I had a cache on this bridge 10 years ago. So it's like that DO one, Jess, the one over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That I had a cache on there 10 years ago.
Yeah. There's a spot. There's a spot here that in 5 years I've hit 3 times.
Yeah.
And it was like I got it, and then it got wound up being archived like 6 months after I got here, and a new one came out, and it's like I'm looking at the map, and I'm like, why is that green? Click on. Oh, it's a new cache. Go get it. And then about 2 years later, that one got archived, turned green again, and it's like keeps on popping up.
That's right. Yeah, of course.
It's like I will never put a cache there.
No.
Okay, so would you only archive and refresh caches that are what was Walt's were unremarkable?
Remarkable.
Right? Would you only do that for unremarkable caches, or like in like 3 or 4 years, Scott, are you going to redo our front porch cache kind of a thing?
Redo it. Why would I redo it?
Refresh the game board. Everyone in the area has already found it. You know what I mean?
If you want to redo it to make another nice fancy one there, I don't have a problem with doing that either. But I think the real thing here though is to pull if you got caches out there that aren't that great, pull them out. Let someone else give it a try. Or replace it with something better.
Well, here's the problem. This is a 2-pronged issue that I have. One, Jesse, if I do that, I would not. The reason I wouldn't do that is because I would lose the favorite points on it, and a lot of people hunt by favorite points, and we would lose those Because it's not a traditional, it's a letterbox. But
Right.
if it's a letterbox with 85 favorites on it, you're not gonna be like, you know what? Let's take some time and let's go do this. You know, it's probably gonna be pretty spectacular. Two, um, Chad, we have a hider in our area that's not a very good hider. And what I mean by that is he likes to give you impossible caches with a total FU hide that's just ridiculous, you know.
You
And
mentioned
so,
this one before.
and so the more you archive, the more room you give him, basically, you know. I mean, where I was bad. He archived a bunch of his stuff recently, which was nice because the game, and I went out and put out a bunch of, not easy, but, you know, like caches to go find that were in his areas that are nice, and you know you can find them, and you know they're not just LPCs, you know. So so that's one of my fears too. Doing that in my area is that like I would give him more room to put out really bad caches. You know?
Right.
So, ooh, Pizza Ninja, what is the minimum number of favorite points for keeping a cache? Oh, I don't know. Where does that roll? Jed, any idea?
0. No, I don't know. That's kind of hard to say. It really depends on where it is, what kind of activity it is. I mean, you put a cache that's in a pretty urban area, then you know, I would say if it doesn't have any favorite points, probably should be tossed out. A rural cache, however, might only get seen a handful of times a year, and so it might 2 or 3 favorite points on it might actually be pretty good. So you know,
Yeah.
how do you balance that out?
Yeah, it's true. Yes, this is true. If I guess if you're looking at a cache, maybe finders to favorite points. You know, that's really where you're. You know, if you
Yeah,
only
your
have 6
percentage.
but you have 6 favorite points, well, you know, it's probably a pretty good cache. You know,
Right.
6 then. You know, so I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. So I mean, I mean.
I mean,
Do I? I mean, I don't archive caches just to archive caches. I don't do that. That's not true. That one in the park, I archived it to archive. But I don't usually do that. I don't usually archive just to archive. There's LPCs, Chad, in my area that have been here for 10 years,
right.
still there. You know,
My oldest LPC, I just looked up. My oldest LPC is from 2013.
my oldest LPC is like 2009, and it's still there.
So
And it's
I know
still
there's
consistently. You know,
there's an LPC in outside of a McDonald's in Dallas area that was from 2003.
Wow.
That it was still there when at least during the last Geo Woodstock. I assume it's still there today, and I did it back in I think 2011, and it gets hit all the friggin' time.
oh yeah.
So strangely, it doesn't seem to get muggled, but and there's nothing special about it. See if
So
I
El
can-
Rojo says, he still says if it gets muggled, it's time to think of something new. You failed as a planter when you get muggled. So I disagree with that. I think sometimes you get caught. You know,
Yeah.
it happens. I mean, you could be in secluded in the middle of nowhere, but if that one other person spots you doing it, you know,
Or it could have been taken by a critter. We've had that happen.
we have had that happen. Yes, it could be taken by a critter. So not necessarily. I mean, obviously, if it's a PNG in a parking lot, yeah, it's probably not a good spot. You know, if you're getting hit, muggled left and right. You know, I mean, I've been catches that constantly just I finally archived it just because it kept getting muggled. You know, I mean, over and over and over again. You know,
Right.
so I've had that. I mean, I'm only replaced it like 2 times before I'm like, okay, done. You know, obviously it's not a good spot, and then I watch caches get placed there, and I go find them real quick because I know they're not going to survive. You know.
So my
Yeah.
bad. It was 2006. You want fries with that, and it's been found over 300 times. It's
Wow.
got 0 favorite points.
0 favorite points. Nice. I love it.
Mine has one.
Which
Mine
one?
from 2013 has one, and it's been found Where'd it go? It's got a lot of finds because it's in the middle of a huge.
Which one is yours? What's your
The
first one?
Thanks for the Romps.
Oh yes.
It
Yeah.
has 242 finds,
Right by the
with-
batting cages.
one favorite point. Yep.
One favorite point.
And it goes missing all the time. And somebody, it's an LPC, so somebody. I think, I even say, if it's missing, replace it.
Look at her cheating. Come on, it's my girl.
Oh, community maintenance.
Is that cheating, Chad?
Pre-authorized community maintenance.
Is that cheating?
I didn't catch it. Sorry, I was looking at my stuff.
If somebody, if Jesse in her LPC says, hey, if it's not there, I mean, I'm just as guilty as this. I've done it too. If somebody says, and so if I say on one of my caches, I have a cache at the place Jesse and I met. Okay,
Mhm.
it exists. I met Jesse at a cache. I have a cache where we met. Now, I have in my cache notes. I think I'm almost positive I have. I state nobody should ever DNF an LPC. It's under the skirt. If it's not there, feel free to replace it.
Yeah,
I say that in my log.
I feels okay. I
Do you
mean,
feel it's okay? Do you think it's okay for somebody to replace it with that?
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
With permission, obviously.
Well, that is a pre-permission permission. I mean,
pre-permission permission.
I mean, the only person who should ever have a difficulty with the LPC is the first time you experience an LPC, and if they read that in there, they should know to lift the skirt. So,
okay, wait. El Rojo says, if she says it, yes, she's breaking rules. Here over stating that in a maintenance log or in the description. Yes, I do it. I'm just as guilty of it. I have done it. You know why? And mainly because that cache is like 45 minutes away from me. It's 40. I'm not driving for it. It's a LPC. Like I'm. And the best part is it's part of the Randall Romp series. Randall Romp series, Chad, is like 1,000 caches down one road.
right.
And so, it's not part of that series, but it's on Randall, so people hit it. So it's gotten hit a ton of times, because of that. So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, it's gonna get it's gonna get muggled because it's in a Walmart parking lot,
Right.
Yeah.
So I've got a series of, I've got 3 puzzle caches that are all anagrams. One's called Wet Sweater Bra Stuck, one's called Insurers Bra Stuck, and one's called Bra Stuck on Maids. They're all based upon Starbucks and the street that they're on.
Mhm.
So the first one I put out, What Sweater Bra Stock, actually wound up being the geocache puzzle of the day on Geocache Puzzle of the Day website.
Oh, nice.
And it's got 1 favorite point and 45 finds.
One favorite.
The other 2, one has 6 and one has 7 favorite points and about 50 finds each.
Really?
So it's like, and they're identical puzzles to the point that they have the same background images. I'm pretty sure they all have the same background
You just reuse
images.
the same background image? You just reuse the same one over and over again?
Yes, they have the same background image. They have, one has a, oh, why is that gone? I think one of my images either died or it's just not coming up on mine. The foreground images, but had a basically Captain Picard WTF thing on there, which got shot down here, and I had to change it to. But that wasn't even a joke meme of the same Captain Picard.
Right here.
But other than that, it's basically the same wording. The same puzzle. You have to do an anagram on there and then get the solve for the final pieces of the coordinates.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like how is the differentiation there on the favorite points that far apart?
So I'm looking at my Get Off My Porch cache. My porch cache. I'm looking at 82 favorites. with 107 logged. So I've already had 107 people. How long has it been? It's been out for a year and a half. 107 with 82 favorites. What's the
That's
percentage?
that's
What's
pretty
the
good.
percentage on that?
100 and what? 87 and 100 and what?
Well, 107 with 82 favorite points.
Should be like 84.
Is it? 84? I
7.
don't know.
Or pardon me, 82 divided by 1.
Yes,
So
you're talking, we can't hear you.
77.
77%?
Yeah, 76.6 actually.
Just talk. I hear you.
Sorry,
Huh? Hi, you
I was
wanna say
on
now?
mute.
What were you saying?
I said the cache page tells you your favorite points.
I know.
I mean, the percentage. It'll tell
Oh,
you
it
the
does?
percentage.
The cash page? Where?
Yeah.
Yeah, up at the top where it tells you the number of favorites. It has how many favorite points, what the percentage is, and
Wait, this only.
how many. What's that last stat? How
No,
many
wait,
weeks?
this says 48. Oh my god! Oh, wait, I'm lying. I'm so sorry. I lied.
Cheater.
I'm lying. I apologize. I have 48 favorite points out of 84. I'm so sorry. So that's 59% favorites. 59 people have 59%.
That's pretty good.
I think those are all those are the out of towners. This is how
Right.
Joe people give it a favorite point. We got a call coming in, Chad. We got Scorpio Red from Iowa. Hello, sir.
How you doing, Scott?
Good. How you doing, my man?
Oh, hanging in there.
Right. All right.
I got a gripe. Nah, gripe's too strong. One of the things I don't like is when you cashed out an area.
Mhm.
Like, you go to a town, you cash it out, and then they archive, the cash, whoever the cashier was, archives everything and puts new stuff out. And it's like, but I had that town cleaned out.
Yeah, I do that with preserves. It drives me crazy. Yeah, when I like a preserve, I'm like, "Hey, what's that green thing in that preserve?" Then you have like one.
Yeah.
You have one one can and a sea of smileys. You're like, oh, come on, man.
Or there's a challenge in Folsom that requires you to get I think 90% of Folsom caches,
Oh,
which includes all the way around Folsom Lake, which has a lot of hiking to get around, and a lot of the caches are around there.
yeah.
And then someone put a geo art in the middle of Folsom Lake with about 40 caches. There's a lot of groans because of that.
Go ahead, Mark.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Oh, well, that, now, I mean, I understand because, I mean, I can't imagine that, like, we have two counties here, Polk County and Warren County, which are, like, Des Moines is in Polk County and Warren County is just south. And every year they put out.
First of all, I was married in Polk
They
County.
put out
I was married in Polk County, for the record. Two, also very
No, you
high.
weren't.
Were we married in Polk County, bro?
No, you were married up in Alameda, I think.
No.
No.
Married in Polk County.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were
Polk County,
married.
that's Des Moines. You guys were up in Northeast Iowa. Weren't you?
Were we?
Give me a second. That was a really long time ago, like 5 whole months.
Which in 2020 terms is like 5 years.
Right?
Yeah.
But I remember Polk
Anyway,
County.
they,
Meanwhile, wait.
Polk County.
Polk County also horrible corona, COVID in Polk County, isn't it? Aren't you guys really bad out there?
Yeah, we're well. It's the whole freaking state, but I mean, this state is awful.
Wear your
right
mask,
now.
Mark.
I
Wear your
thought-
mask.
I do every day.
Good boy.
But anyway, we have like a county challenge or whatever you call it every year, and then they I don't know how they get around the rules, but like Warren County puts out 25 caches every year in like March, and then now they just archived them, and it's in all their county parks.
Mm-hmm.
And Polk County does the same thing, and they're a little bit different, but but like I didn't get all of them this year, but you know that next year you can go and you can get them again
Sure.
because they're pretty much put in similar spots.
Mhm.
But I think that's happening, and so I think that's different than if I went to some suburb of Chicago and got all the caches in that suburb, and then a year later half of them were archived. I'd be like, dang, I went to all the work of getting all those caches, and now,
No, man, I feel your pain. Trust me, I know.
I don't have that town cleaned out or that reserve or whatever.
No, I've cleaned out Evanston, Illinois, which is where Northwestern University is. It's just it's the last suburb before you hit Chicago, city proper. I mean, Evanston is not that far from me, but it's hard to get to because you can't get to the expressway. You have to take side roads to get to Evanston. So it's a good 40 minutes away, even though it should be 20. But because you got to hit stoplights and all that, it's a good 40 minutes away. So I go to Evanston maybe once a year, maybe. Probably not though. Probably once every 2 years. But when I go, I clean it out. And it's I tried to anyway. I once had it completely clean. Now I don't. I don't anymore. But I know the pain. Yeah, because every time I go back, what I do, Marcus, what I do is occasionally I look at that suburb and I'm like, oh, it's time to go back. I'm gonna go back to Evanston and go. I see there's a bunch of green there again. So I like to do that and just look at where I've already hunted on the map to see. Oh yeah, look, green. Back.
What would you have? I mean, you have like a million caches there just in the Chicago area.
Yeah, but it's a
And
shocking.
you're never going to clean out Chicago.
The city, I've come close to cleaning out the city. You'd be surprised. The north side of Chicago, I've come real close years ago. And I was catching with Cody Dog. Oh, we came really close. We were going almost every day to the city to go hunt, and we came really close. But
Yeah,
But not
no,
the
not
city of Chicago.
no, not the whole city.
Suburbs.
No, there's suburbs I wouldn't go to in the daytime, or parts of Chicago I wouldn't go to in the daytime. That I have been there. Let me tell you the story about Christmas, Chad. So I was doing really quick here. I don't mean to hog your call, the Mark. We're doing the 606 challenge, which is the Chicago area code. No, it's a Chicago zip codes. The Chicago zip code challenge. You had to find one cache in each of Chicago's zip codes. For the record, 82 zip codes in the city of Chicago, Chad. 82. Okay. So I had it all done except for the really bad parts of Chicago. The real bad parts. So I chose
are what?
Which are the South Side, Cabrini Green, the really not good parts of Chicago, more the South Side-ish parts.
near Scary, Indiana.
Yeah.
South side suburbs, or are you counting the south side?
No, not the suburbs, only the city proper. Not the suburbs.
Because some people would think Cicero and Berwyn are bad suburbs.
No, Berwyn's
okay.
Berwyn's okay, you think?
I don't think it's terrible. There are other places I would rather not go than Berwyn.
I would choose not to live in Berwyn, but that's just me. So anyway, I chose geocaching day to go do it with a bunch of my friends. We literally got up before dawn. We were there. We were in those areas at just as the sun was coming up, and I still was not comfortable. I mean, who's awake at 5 o'clock in the morning on Christmas morning, going out and trying to hurt people? No one. I still was not comfortable, and that would be the only day I would ever go there. And meanwhile, by the time we were driving out of there, it was now like the sun was coming up, and people were looking at us like, "What are those white people doing in this neighborhood?" And so people were looking at us, giving us looks. Like, we got out of there as quick as we possibly could. So my point being, yes, there's some parts that I'll never get because I'll never go back there. And for the record, there was one area code, Mark, that had literally one geocache in it.
Yeah,
Someone probably put it there for that challenge.
For that challenge specifically, yes. But
there was one geocache or one cache?
One geocache in this whole area code. One, because it was such a bad area.
Well,
one cache.
You needed to go there and put some caches out.
No, I'm not going to do that. No, because I don't know. Because I don't want to. I once called. This is funny. I once called my buddy here. I called J3 Yoda. I was in Chicago caching by myself, and I know Chicago pretty good. I didn't really know the area I was in, and I can't find a cache. And the cacher before me, J3 Yoda, I knew him. He was a buddy of mine. So I give him a call. I'm like, dude, hey, I'm at this cache right now. He's like, Scott, get off the phone with me, run to your car, and get back in your car. He's like, you should not be in. I'm like, really? It doesn't look bad here. He's like, dude, get in your car and right now, get out of there. Go, stay on the phone with me and go run now. Like, I had no idea. I mean, I know the city pretty good, and I had no idea that neighborhood was that bad. But yeah, there are some, neighborhoods.
Yeah, you can usually look at a geocaching map, and when you see a big open spot in the middle of an urban setting, you know it's not the neighborhood you want to be in.
Like I said, that one cache in that area code. Chess, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. If you look at the city of Chicago geocaching map, you can tell where not to go.
Yeah,
And
there's a pretty big void somewhere on the south side of from downtown all the way down to a certain area. Yeah, it's.
And the same thing happened to us in Milwaukee. Scott, do you remember that? We were driving through Milwaukee and we accidentally took the wrong road. And I mean, it was a bad neighborhood.
Real fast.
It made me very uncomfortable seeing things happening on the sidewalks as we're driving through the town. And I just happened to have the geocaching map open, and I'm looking. I'm like, Scott, there's no caches around us for like 5 miles in any direction.
I'm looking at Scary, Indiana. Sorry if anyone's from Gary, Indiana.
Funny Gary, Indiana story.
There's like 2 in Gary proper.
I was driving home from Michigan, and I was detoured through Gary, Indiana.
Oh.
I was like, I'm getting off. They're making me get off. The worst area, Gary, Indiana. God bless anybody from Gary, Indiana. But like, wow.
You know that the Adventure Lab, there's Adventure Labs that go through there, because the original Lincoln Highway that went from the East Coast to the West Coast, they are trying to connect Adventure Labs.
Right.
So that you take the Dorr Highway, and I've driven it from here to Atlantic City, and you go through Gary and East Gary, East Chicago. I didn't know where I was at. It was. I got lost.
Gary even looks scary. Legit looks.
It
scary.
does.
Yeah, I mean, basically, back in the 70s, it was a.
You what? Go ahead.
If you want to get the Adventure Lab, you got to do it.
I'll go through it. I'll get it. Yeah, just during the daytime. Do it during the daytime.
So, for people who don't know, Gary was a big steel town all the way up through the late 70s, and then the steel market in the U.S. collapsed, and the population dropped by 2/3 in less than a decade. So, the economy died there, and so it became a not very good place to live.
I love this, Tim. I suddenly have no interest in visiting Chicago.
Chicago's lovely. Just don't go to the south side.
Right.
If you find yourself by Comiskey Park or the Chicago Bulls Stadium, you're in the bad part of town. It's pretty simple. Stick to the north side.
You're not doing a good job being the
ambassador
for Chicago tourism.
No, I'm just being realistic and trying to keep people safe. That's all I'm trying to do.
You find any big city, and you're gonna have bad areas.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago Stadium is in the worst area. The worst. Oh, I guess what's it called now? It's called United Center. United Center now. It's in a horrible neighborhood. It's surrounded, but it's like, oh god, I hate going to a bowl game, and walking is like the worst part. Walking to the game if you don't park in the parking lot. Oh.
Yeah, but people used to say the same thing about Wrigleyville, and I think Wrigleyville's just fine.
Oh, Wrigleyville's fine. I've no problem.
Wrigleyville's lovely.
Yeah, I have no
That's
problem.
because
with that.
But neighborhoods change.
Yeah, I know neighborhoods do change, absolutely. But like Chicago Stadium's always been bad. That neighborhood's always been bad. Sox Stadium, Comiskey Park. What's it called now? I don't know what it's called now. Cut Rate Field.
Cut
Not
something,
Cut Rate.
something
General.
rate,
Yeah,
guaranteed rate.
guaranteed rate. Thank you. That neighborhood's
Cut
not
rate.
horrible, but not the best in any way, shape, or form. But I've seen it happen. When I went to college, Loyola University, I went to college in a horrible neighborhood. Loyola was surrounded by the worst neighborhood, but now it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But when I went there in the '90s, it was. I mean, I bought a dog because I didn't want to walk around by myself, so I bought a big dog. And
Yeah.
that dog went everywhere with me. Everywhere. I went to the grocery store. The dog went with me. So like,
for those who watch like HGTV and stuff, and the TV series Good Bones, where they're doing it
They're in Indianapolis.
in Indianapolis,
Mhm.
where they're doing it on the south side of Indianapolis.
Yep.
That was pretty. A lot of the areas where they're at were pretty scary areas, and that are revitalizing.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, the area like yeah, when I went to college, it's beautiful now. It's all, and not only that's not only is it they've totally redone it. I mean, Jesse, remember Jesse and I were just in that area over the summer, and I was telling Jesse how like we were with Jeeps by the lake, and I was telling her how horrible this park was. Like just the park we were in was I wouldn't step foot in that park, But now it's all changed. It's completely changed.
Yeah, I mean Garfield Park in Indianapolis. That's on the south side where they're doing it. They were doing a house up like right down the street from Garfield Park, and it's like when I was growing up, that was like the drug park.
The drug park, right?
I
Thanks so much for that tangent, Mark. We appreciate it. Good to talk to you, buddy.
Take care.
Be safe, be well.
Bye.
Wear a mask. Like
Oh,
he knows. He does. He's a Mark works at the post office, if I remember correctly, doesn't he? I think he's a post office worker. If I remember
I
correctly.
don't remember.
All right, it is a 9:36, guys. So I have other things I want to talk about. So we're gonna end this show. Then we're gonna keep talking. So I can.
I got one more thing.
You got
for
one
the
more,
Kasher-
Chad. You want to save it for
Kasher
the
coffee.
patrons? Or you want to save it for everybody else?
I think this is for everyone.
All right, go ahead then. It's all yours.
So we still get an end of 2020 and beginning of 2021 souvenirs.
Ooh.
How do you earn these since we don't have events? So you earn the last 2020 souvenir by finding any geocache from December 24th through the 31st, and earn the first 2021 souvenir by finding any geocache from January 1st through the 8th. So that includes traditionals, multis, virtuals, letterboxes, events, mysteries, webcams, Earth Cache, Where It Goes, and Adventure Labs. No ape cache though. You get an ape cache, you're out of luck.
I'll give you one more. So Chad, we can just keep going, I guess. Patreon. Our Patreon. We now accept annual memberships, Chad.
Woohoo.
How about that? You can now, when you sign up, you can sign up for a monthly or an annual. So
Yeah.
how about that, Chad? Annual, no more excuses. I'm like, who was it? Was it Merlin saying he couldn't do it, Jess? Merlin's got no excuse now. Merlin, you have to become a patron now. Remember Merlin was saying to us like a year and a half ago.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you know what? My wife, like I spend $200. My wife doesn't blink an eye. I sign up for a monthly thing, and she goes crazy on me. Like, I'm like, no excuse now, dude. You could sign up for the the
That's
$10.
when you get a separate PayPal account, and then you just feed $200 in it every once in a while.
Right.
That's how you have a good marriage. Have a separate secret PayPal account. Yes. Explain that one. Yes. So yeah, I did that. I was earlier. I was revamping Patreon. I did that as well. I created the annual memberships for Patreon. We also added a new tier, Chad, a $10 tier. As Chad, you're saying, why do we have a $10 tier?
I bet I know why.
You think you know why? What do you think we know why, Chad? Why do we have
I bet that gets you something about the size of this size,
Yes,
but
that's right.
looks a little bit different. Might even have a microphone or two on there.
So we are currently in the process of having Chris Mackey design a coin for us. Chad, you didn't respond to me. I showed you the updated coin. What'd you think of it?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's gonna be all 3D. It's gonna look so sweet, dude.
yeah.
Nice.
I saw it, but I didn't respond. I figured you had talked to me about it on the show. So
So guys, we're gonna have sorry guys, we're going to have some made obviously, and we're gonna have two different coins. We're gonna have a limited edition Patreon coin, and we're going to have a coin that everyone else can purchase who's not a patron. So the patrons are going to have a very limited run, and once they're gone, they're gone. And here's the thing: we have a $10. It's going to be we got to move to a $10 tier. Now here's the thing, Chad. We already have over 10 people. No, 10 exactly. I think 10 people exactly who are gone already. Like those are 10 people who pay over. You know how we always talk about the Gold
Star Plus.
Plus. Yeah, those are the
Right.
people who they've already hit that $10 threshold, so they're good. They're locked in there. So if you are a Gold Star, or this is a Platinum Star, is the $10, Chad.
Okay.
If you have not, if you want to up your pledge to, I advise you, because as soon as you get into the $10 tier, you're in the $10. You're locked into a coin. So you want to get in there as soon as possible, because there's a limited number. Now we will have regular coins for sale for everyone else, but these Patreon ones are going to be special.
We're gonna have a gold press platinum
Yes,
series.
Okay. Press. Yeah, you got it, kid. Gonna be a different pressing. But I don't want to show you guys yet, because we're gonna make I think we're gonna have a couple more changes to the coin, so I don't want to show you guys yet. But if you're on Patreon and you want to get a coin for a Patreon coin, you gotta opt into that $10 tier, kids. You gotta up your tier, and I advise you to do it as soon as possible, because again, once they're gone, they're gone. So we got that going for us. So the coins are coming. Hopefully, we'll get them before February. That's my hope. Hopefully, we did it enough time so we can, because February they did the Chinese New Year, so hopefully get it before then.
Yep.
But it's gonna be sweet. We got coins. We're gonna have coins for sale. For everybody else, don't worry. We're gonna have coins for sale. So we're gonna have a couple hundred coins to be thrown around. Oh, there's the dog for you guys. And then is there anything else I want to talk about? Automation. Oh, so my Adventure Lab, Chad. My Adventure Lab went live. I told you that. And so
Yeah.
So you're gonna go to my Adventure Lab is the what did I call it? John Hughes. What did I call it, Jess? Do you remember?
John Hughes movie tour?
Movie tour, yeah. The John Hughes movie tour, Chad. I think I've heard like 7 people have already done it already. So you go, Chad. I'm gonna take you to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the Ferris Water Tower. Okay. I'm taking you to Breakfast Club, taking you to Shermer High School.
Ooh.
They went. I'm taking you 16 Candles, taking you to Jake Ryan's house where that big party was.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Home Alone. We're going to Kevin McAllister's house. And then Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, you're going to Neil Page's house.
Awesome.
At the end of the movie. Those are the 5 places they take you to on the Adventure Lab. It's not too bad. I think people have said no complaints about it, and I think you can get it done in a couple of hours, I think. So yeah, there you go. That's my Adventure Lab, my John Hughes movie locations tour. Yeah.
See, I want to do that. Screw the Wrigley one. I want to do that.
Oh, you want to do that? That's a lot of fun, man. I had fun going to the places. Some of them I've never. Oh, there's Chiefs. Some of the places I've never been to. So it's shocking that like I live in the area. I live 10 miles from Kevin's house in Home Alone, but I've never been there.
So I would want someone to do one with a TV tour of famous TV houses in San Francisco, because you got
San
Full
Francisco.
House,
Yeah,
and
I'm surprised they don't have that at all. Yeah.
you got the one that's Mrs. Doubtfire. That wasn't a TV series, but you got a bunch of them down there too. It's like there isn't a friggin' Adventure Lab in San Francisco right now.
Yeah.
It's
Really?
like it's shocking. At least last time I checked, there wasn't one. There's some that are like on the other side of the bay from it, but none in San Francisco.
Yeah. So I have the John Hughes movie locations tour, and I have the exploring Wrigley Field statues. Those are my 2 adventure tours. And Jessie has one she hasn't done yet. Jessie, come on, girl.
Get busy.
You're running out of time, Brown.
Yeah, I'm a procrastinator.
Just give it to me.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right, you go set it up. You can log into my account. You know my password. Go
You
right
don't
ahead.
want to do it yourself? You're going to give it to me?
Sure.
So, yeah,
Why?
I'm thinking about next week doing a couple of road trips to hit a bunch of the adventure labs here in Sacramento area, because
Just, you know, actually,
there's like 30 out there.
oh, there's so many out here now that Jesse and I have toyed with going geocaching day, doing adventure labs.
Right.
Just there's so many out here now, you know, like, and you drive a little bit and you can get 5, and you drive a little bit here, get 5, drive a little here, get 5.
And you know what? I might do a solo geocaching day myself here, since I can't. So we normally do, Christmas morning, open presents, blah blah blah, and then we'd go over to a friend's house and spend the entire day with them,
Yeah.
which screws up my ability to do any caching. So
Mhm.
now I might just say, screw it, I'm going out and do some
Chad,
caching.
we're taking in the geocaching day festivities.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. How
I'm
about that?
gonna light my menorah and
No, for the record, Hanukkah, we just checked. Hanukkah will be over by then. Hanukkah starts on the
Well,
10th.
Hanukkah starts on the
It'll be
10th.
over. It'll be over. But yes, so yeah, we're toying doing that. I don't start geocaching day planning till after Thanksgiving, so that's when I'll figure it out. But we've toyed with that idea. So all right, there you go. All right, that's all I got. My plate's clear here. Yes. Anything else?
I got a question.
Yes.
How does the candle get lit on the Shabbat? Because isn't that work?
Yeah, but technically, you're doing it before the sun goes down. I think you're starting, so it's right on the edge. It's on that cusp.
So you do it slightly before the Shabbat and then slightly after the Shabbat for the
Yeah, 'cause you're
the
doing
day
it
of
for
the
Shabbat
Shabbat and the
dinner.
day after.
You're doing it for Shabbat. You light your candle for Shabbat dinner, more or less, is what you're doing it for. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
is that work? I don't know. Is it lighting a candle's work to you? You have to use candles because you can't. I mean, if you're a super Jew, you can't turn the lights on, so you have to light candles, dude. You have to have candles.
But that's work. So why you can't press an elevator button?
Funny story. Toby
Because
had,
it causes the elevator to do work. So
Toby
I remember.
had Toby had a super Jew on his baseball team, and the kid couldn't play on Saturdays
Right.
because
So
of Shabbat. Like, is that work? Is baseball work? Is that considered work? Is that really work?
So I spent a lot of time in Israel. It was like the first time I was there. Saturday comes around, and I'm going up to my room. I'm up, somewhere up on the 10th, 11th floor, something like that. I get on the elevator, and then the elevator goes up one floor, doors open. Up, then they close. Up another floor, doors open, close. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And then a couple that are in there is like, this is a Shabbat elevator. And it's like, oh, okay. every place that has a elevator there in Israel has on the Shabbat. They run them up. They call them a Shabbat elevator, or it's a Shabbat mode on the elevator, and they turn it on to Shabbat mode, and that way anyone who's Orthodox can ride it without doing work.
Doing work. There you go. See, look at that. Chad's not even Jewish. He's been to the motherland for me. I've never been there. Look at that. Well done. Glenn Morton says he's an FDF in Tel Aviv. Glenn's been to the friggin' Israel. Ever been there? Jess, we got to go to Israel.
Okay.
Yeah, geocaching was out, but I didn't know about geocaching the last time I was in Israel. So,
all right, Chad. Next week's show, we start in 2018. Every November around Thanksgiving time, we've had Joshua the Geocaching Vlogger on the show. So why not once again? Since it's Thanksgiving time, we welcome back Joshua, giving thanks with the Geocaching Vlogger again.
awesome.
So having Joshua back on the show to give thanks. I don't know what we're going to be thanking for next year, next week, but for this year, but sure we'll figure something out. But that's next week, guys. Next week we got Joshua, geocaching vlogger, giving thanks with the geocaching vlogger. All right, Chad. Thank you so much. Chat, you guys are awesome tonight. Thank you for our caller, and thank you, Grainy Jesse, for taking the calls and popping in when you can. And guys, we will talk to you guys. No show on Saturday, so we will talk to you guys next Wednesday with Joshua. So be well and be safe, kids. We will talk to you guys soon. Let's close this. Oh, we ready to go here? Yes. Please join us again every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central as we stream live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on our website, geocachingpodcast.com. The archived video versions of our podcasts are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available on your favorite podcatcher. If you like the show, please head on over to Apple Podcasts and rate, review, and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and it really helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, make sure you click the subscribe or get notified buttons to know exactly when we go live. And hey, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron on our show. With tiers starting as low as $3, you will get a ton of additional information, extra video, extra audio, only available to our patron members. Please head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/The Geocaching Podcast. Thanks once again to our sponsors, Cachly, Logwork, FTF Geocacher Magazine, the Max Suds Body Company, Practical Geocaching, Arted Crafted, and PathBags.com. Just visit sponsors, and when you make a purchase, you tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we got this week, so we'll see you next week. Taking your phone calls, talking geocaching. In the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones. We'll talk to you guys next week. We are clear. Guess what? I didn't push the button.
You didn't record it?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Looks like I'm pulling from the YouTube tonight.
Yep.
Oh.
So it looks like there is a new venture lab in San Francisco now,
Oh, there's another in San Francisco?
according to Gary.
Unless I push this button twice. Did I push a button? I don't remember if I pushed the button now.
I don't know.
I turned it on and didn't push the button. All right, guys. Oh, man. The listeners are not going to be happy with me. I'm going to get emails. Why does the show sound so crazy? This is what happened. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Be well, be safe, guys. Bye-bye.